Let's take a look here. Wisconsin and Purdue tonight in college football. The little Big Ten action on Friday night seems pretty enthralling. Wisconsin comes in 2-1, having their 2 wins have both been by 21 points. They scored, they're averaging 36 and a half points per game in those wins. They lost on the road, remember, to Washington State as a 5.5-point favorite here, laying points again. This is, the line was as high as 7, so might not be getting the best price here at this point with Purdue. It feels like there is a lot of support on Purdue. Problem with this series is it's been all Wisconsin now. Have they done anything really to help themselves? They're 1-2. They've lost 2 games at home so far. They lost to Fresno State. I guess that's not terrible, but you don't want to be losing those type of games at home. And they gave up 39 points, 39-35. They also lost to Virginia Tech, 35-20. So those are questionable games, certainly in this one. Wisconsin has won 16 straight games against Purdue. Can we muster the courage to take Purdue in this one? They've also they've won and covered. Obviously, this is a pretty steady series. They play for a perpetual trophy. Wisconsin's won and covered each of the 8 trips here to West Lafayette. Won and covered. So now we really got to wind up some courage here if we're going to take Purdue in this one. I mean, that's the direction I want to go. It just feels like there's going to be plenty of volatility in this game. I think there will be plenty of scoring as well. And again, not even getting the best of the price. Why wouldn't it be a little bit higher if it went all the way up to 7? Now, when we were on the show, when we were on the opening line show, the opening moves on Sunday, it opened 4, went up quickly to 6.5, back to 7, up to 7, and now back down steadily here to 5.5. Steam was reported on Purdue and on the under. A show 54 on the screen there. That's pretty much where it's been. It opened 54.5, went down to 53.5, came back up to 54. Purdue is just woeful at home against the spread. More stats to go against Purdue. I'm just going to be on Purdue here in this one. I feel like I'll be in the minority. But Purdue 5-13 against the spread, last 17 at home, 10-15, last 25 in the Big Ten. So I don't have the stats to back on Purdue here, but I've got Thursday night football. Thomas is on Wisconsin. Hello to Matt D. And Thomas and I usually on the same. I would say, Thomas and I, we're on the same. Maybe we're on the same. Not tonight. I think Thomas and I are completely opposite here, it looks like. But we'll see. I'm saving one pick, but I do want to take Purdue here in this one against Wisconsin. Look, Purdue has to show it tonight. I mean, I'm not making a strong case necessarily for them, other than they got somewhat of a veteran offensive line. They got a transfer quarterback. Oh, Gerardo, nice to see you today. Already coming off some victories. Thomas had Georgia State. Yeah, Thomas had Georgia State against me yesterday. So that was one of my few losers that I had. And I admitted I was just like this game. I'm against everybody here. I'm just contrarian. I'm trusting this Steam down from 7 down to 5.5. Of course, privately, I'm going to have to bump it up, make sure I get a full touchdown at least. But on the show here, I can only take what I'm going to take, and I'm going to take the points here. And M-Look says maybe the over here for him. Last 4 in this series have gone over. So, all right. I'll take Purdue in this one. And We'll see on that total. I know this. I've seen handicappers up and down the internet so far on these college games. On this one, it's relatively split down the middle, which is interesting, right? Because again, everything kind of the signs point to Wisconsin still being strong enough. They own it. They absolutely own Purdue. And Purdue, there's nothing. But I'm kind of trusting the move here on this one. I'm trusting maybe some sharps. And the handicappers are relatively split on the total as well. So, all right, enjoy that one. Big Ten. I want to say it's probably the featured game. You know, uh, there's no like knockout game on this card, I would say necessarily, but let's go to the next one. Another conference game with a, team trying to get it together with Virginia. We definitely feel for them, trying to get rolling here with their 0-3 record, and they've averaged, they're I don't know, what are they allowing? Over 40 points a game in those 3 losses so far. This has been a pretty steady move. I'm showing it up to 9-9 now on NC State. Let me update the line. And there might even be 8.5 still out there. I'm just looking in particular, one book in particular here, a very popular offshore book. And this one opened as high as 12 and has went down to 8.5 and now back to 9 here in this one. And this is going to be the game, the Armstrong game here. Basically played basically 2.5 seasons and as a starter at Virginia and here on the road facing the Cavs. Even though the Wolfpack have looked good, but they have failed to cover the spread so far in their 2-line games. And with Virginia, let's see. Oh, they've allowed 49, 36, and 42 points. They're being outgained by opponents by over 130 yards so far. And does seem like NC State could be in position here to roll again. I'm not sure that I'm agreeing necessarily with the move. I might prefer to lay the points here. It's close, actually. I mean, it feels like it's going to be decided by somewhere in this 7, 10, 13. I don't have a real, obviously not a premium here, I don't think, but Virginia pretty strong as a home underdog, but we're just in a little bit of a different situation with them. I don't know if you trust many of the trend numbers here, given what's going on with this team. Just trying to get their confidence back at this point, it feels like. So let's see here. All right, I think Thomas may have a pick on the game with NC State. So I'm going to take Virginia here. I'm going to take Virginia. I'm taking NC State -9 in this one. I think I actually had Virginia in one of those losses. Maybe it was last week. And just right now, just good luck to them. We want to see them do well and come back from this a little bit. But just right now, the program's a little bit downtrodden, and just not a lot of momentum at this point makes it tough to basically put your money on my computer say 12 points might have been okay. 10 points, it's not great. Now I'm starting to get into territory where I'm going to be on NC State. And, maybe it's a 10-point victory here. It's close for me, but going to give play out every time. And I do like the total here. Probably going to save that for premiums, but I'm going to give out NC State. Have probably a better chance of winning and covering right now than Virginia. So, all right. Cavs do well in conference, 15-9 against the spread of late, and also I mentioned that home underdog roll 6-2 against the spread. So, but Armstrong gets a big chance tonight as well, and I know it's big for Virginia to face him too, but it's probably bigger for him. And Adrian Hinsey here today. Hi, Adrian. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that game in just a moment. We're getting to the Mountain West right now, and I'm a Mountain West kind of guy. We're at the peak. All right. Move on now and take a look at that first one here with my team, if you will, San Diego State. So I know how this team operates, I think. Going up here against Boise State. San Diego State's looking pretty dreadful on offense for sure, but maybe they're in a situation where these teams might not be as solid defensively as they used to be. The total keeps going up in this game. Well, it's down to 45.5 now, but it opened 42.5. When you see San Diego State out there, they've been absolutely dreadful on offense. But man, it just feels like I want to trust these sharps, and that what's going to happen here is now that you're back into a little bit of conference play, yeah, San Diego State played Ohio. I mean, that's not a step up or anything, and they didn't look. They got some things done offensively. So here you have the Aztecs as a home underdog. This is almost like the spot that you kind of want San Diego State in, but maybe it's just moved a little bit too far here. Boise was as high as 9.5 on a look ahead. Now it's down all the way to 6.5. Problem is for San Diego State, for Boise is even San Diego State's not playing very well this year, and Boise's down this year. Boise's not Boise. It's not, old Boise here. They've dominated in conference. 67% against the spread in conference over the last 4 seasons. Can they come in here and get a win right now with a 1-2 record? Their only win was over a 1AA team so far. So usually Boise, man, I want to trust the sharps here on this total. The total's kind of gotten away. And that's probably the direction I'm still going to go. Probably just going to give it out on the show. It seems like it's lost all value. I know that there are going to be cappers on the under in this game, but I think the move is saying something here to me. Because I would think, really, here's Thomas is going to be on Boise here in this one. So it just feels like it might be more get the offenses on track a little bit. Maybe they're in. Pardon me. Maybe they're in with a similar ilk here and will be able to move the ball a little better offensively right now, because both teams have kind of struggled certainly on offense. But Boise's defense has been really porous. Jacob here is on the Aztecs. Boise's given up in their 2 losses, basically 1,000 yards in the 2 games combined. So you don't expect to see that much from San Diego State. Everyone, wants to make fun of the safety that's playing quarterback. Montana Clayton, good to have you first half under. So, the quarterback was a quarterback, and then basically switched to say, but San Diego State hasn't had any good luck with quarterbacks of late. So this guy moves in. He's was a quarterback in high school, and now he's in there, takes off running a lot. He's a big guy, so there is a little bit of threat there with him. He's kind of one of those left-handers that actually looks like when the ball is in the air, it looks good, but getting to the player is the problem sometimes. M. Looks is also an Aztec supporter. So I am too, and I want to find a way to try to maybe take the Aztecs here, but man, the spread just keeps going away. The money, it must be coming in on San Diego State. I showed the opener when we were on the air here with the Circa report was 8. It went down to 7. It was as high as 9.5 on a look ahead, all the way down to 6.5 here with a San Diego State team that, hasn't looked that good. Of course, they were playing 2 Pac-12 teams in the last 2 games of the Pac-12. What can you say? San Diego State wants in the Pac-12. They've scored 19 points in those 2 games in the Pac-12. They might want to just hang out with the Mountain West. Maybe they can grab a hold of those other 2 teams, bring in Oregon State and Washington State, make a whole new conference, and then look, the expanded playoff, just do it, Mountain West. Form that new league. Try to get those 2 teams in there, because in the expanded playoff, the Mountain West champion will probably land away in that expanded field, even with all those other teams in there. So, because you're going to win a big league, and there would be enough in the playoff to get that 1 team in there. So, okay, let's roll here with I'm going to take the over, and just on the show here. Hey, the show picks were free. I don't know if I liked them yesterday pretty strong. Let's try to be confident here in these today. How about Air Force and San Jose State? Who was asking about it? It was Adrian. Wanted to know about the Air Force and San Jose State game. Air Force, what can you say about them? I mean, they got one of the best rushing defenses in the country. San Jose State, maybe one of the most improved teams in the country. Air Force is still going to be I say that with knowing that they only have 1 win, but expectations were high. And look at this. Well, looks like the move's been on Air Force. So I don't know. Is the party over a little bit for San Jose State? They've played some pretty tough teams, no doubt about it. Air Force comes in, of course, 3-0. They beat Sam Houston. They beat Utah State. They covered that one. They were favored by 9. They won by 18. They were favored by 13 over Sam. Sam's playing a real unique brand of defense, certainly here in just since coming up to 1A. Thomas Lewis is going to be on Air Force here in this one. Not getting the best price at all here, I think. But if you like it, what are you going to do? The steam came in on Air Force. The circa number opened 4. It went down to 3. It had touched 2 at some point. It's been pretty much, it got steamed. It's 6 here. Hello to Darren. Nice to see you today. Hope you had a great day yesterday. I know we did. And Blake here looking to go over here in this one with Air Force and San Jose. I don't know, man. I don't know. Air Force feels like they're really clicking like they're Air Force a little bit, and that defense is so top notch. And you think of the Air Force as a running team, but they are. They are, but we know what happens when you run the ball. This total has been totally dropping all the way down to 45.5 now. Open 49.5, and it's just been falling. We know how this game's going to go, it feels like to me. Ray's going to be on Air Force here. San Jose, he has a decent quarterback. He was at Hawaii. But, man, here you have a San Jose State team. They gave up 200 yards rushing to Oregon State. They gave up 220-something yards rushing to Toledo. Now you got Air Force going to be Air Forcing out here. I mean, I like Air Force. I mean, this spread, man, it's out of control. Yeah, Darren says he likes the under, but it's dropped. Can we still get on the under? We might be able to. I don't know. But we might not have a choice. I don't know. I'm just trying to wonder if I can still give it as a premium with losing 4 points of value here. I like it, pretty strong. So you guys support me a lot. I mean, I'm not going to give out the premium. I'm not giving away, and I'm not even sure yet. I really, 6 touchdowns is, seems like it could be the max in this game. So add a field goal on there. Look says Air Force going to run all over them. Air Force Cover the numbers in 18-11 in conference play against the spread over the last 4 seasons. So Air Force also been winning some games as a road favorite. Guess I'm going to lay Air Force. Gosh, I don't want to lay 6 points. It feels like it's too much, but feels like Air Force can win this thing. Man, it's going to end up being so close to that number. I have a feeling. It's going to be 21. This game's going to be 21-17, 21-14. God, 21-14, 21-14. No, a little bit higher than that, maybe 24-17. 24-17 feels like it could be the score in this one, man. All right. Oh, great job, Nathan. Yeah, the Air Force looking pretty hot in this one. I'm going to take them here in this one. You guys seem to look. I'm giving Air Force out as a free play because we got to lay a touchdown. Doesn't feel very, very comfortable. Feels like it's going to be about could be a 6 or 7 point game. Definitely trust Air Force more in this one. I think my actual number here is closer to 7 or 7.5, but you're in a touchdown range. It wouldn't necessarily make it to premium, I don't think, anymore. I never had a shot at that too. 4 would be probably premium for me. 5 might be, 4 would be. So, all right. No, Nathan, you're kind of right here, I think, in this one. But like I said, San Jose State, they've shown some improvement. I want to say it wasn't 8, 9, 10 years ago San Jose State was going to shut it down. They were going to go extinct. They resurrected the program a little bit. It's a program with some nice football tradition. So that was talk for like a whole year. They were having trouble with everything, getting people to games, but they have such great tradition, really, in a way. I mean, not over the years now, but